Alrighty guys, now that we've got all the parts painted for the Civic, for the interior, we're gonna go ahead and remove the old seats because new seats will be here tomorrow. I'm super excited to get these old crusty red seats out of here. Got fresh carpet sitting in the back, so after I get these seats out, I think I'm gonna clean everything in here super good. And if you guys have a gutted car, you know that it's not always the most fun to try and clean it. So yeah, after I get everything cleaned and out of the car, I think that I will lay my carpet out inside of here just so it can start to form to the shape that it needs to be in. And we will have our first look at this car with carpet in it since I was like 17. So I'm pretty stoked to get all of this done. All right guys, so now that we've got everything out of the car, you can see it is pretty crusty. We're gonna clean it super good. And this, my ECU slides, here, let's see if I can get the camera to see it. Maybe not. It slides up into this bracket and then bolts. So I need to get all of that rearranged the way it's supposed to. I'll show you guys what it looks like once I'm done. All right guys, so we have got the carpet all laid out inside of the Civic. It looks so much better already. Obviously it's not fully installed, but it already is giving me a lot of hope for how good this thing's gonna look when it's done. We also got our new seat rails, so that'll give us a nice mounting point for our new seats. So basically what I have to do now is go around and cut holes for things like the seat belts, the seat rails. All of this in here has to come out for the center console to mount to the floor. So yeah, there is quite a bit of cutting left to do, which definitely makes me nervous. I've actually never installed carpet. And so obviously I want to have it fitting as perfectly as possible before I start cutting holes in it and then things aren't lined up right. So what I'm going to do first is make sure that the carpet fits tight up against here. Make sure that these trim pieces fit over it because they actually kind of cover up the carpet and like crimp it in. So we're going to make sure we get those lined up and looking good on both sides. Once I'm happy with the final fit of the carpet, then I'll go through and start marking where I need to cut holes and start getting that done. So yeah, that's the plan. Let's get to it. All right guys, so here's another update. We've got the carpet pretty much completely in. As you can see, making use of my workout equipment to mat the carpet down and hold it in place. This cross brace here, the factory carpet went over this cross brace and hooked on right here, and this is where the rear seat bottom clips in, and the factory carpet came up and hooked onto that. This carpet is aftermarket, so it didn't quite make it up there. So what I did is I took this cross piece out and just painted it black, and then tucked the carpet underneath of it, and it now holds the carpet because these bolts go through the carpet. And I actually think that looks pretty decent. Next up, I'm going to be working on getting this piece put back in, but right now I'm going to go ahead and I actually got some sound deadening off of Amazon, but I did leave all of the factory sound deadening in here. But these Hondas, they're tin cans. So basically what I'm gonna do is take sound deadening and put it on the sheet metal inside of this. So basically the exterior sheet metal of the car, and that should hopefully keep it a little quieter. Okay guys, so I'm taking a little break from working inside the car, and I've got my headliner sitting here, and it has been collecting dust for many years. So the first thing I need to do is give it a very thorough cleaning, and then we've got some special Alcantara wrap that we're going to be applying to this, and that's really going to clean up the look of the car. But I forgot and then remembered, this is pretty much the first piece of the interior that you got to put in. And then you got to put in all of the surrounding plastics. So I kind of messed up by already installing all those in the car because I kind of got to take them out now. But we're going to clean this, get the wrap on, and start getting an idea of how to do this. All right, guys, so I have the headliner all clean. Obviously, there's still a few like stains and stuff like that, but I'm not super concerned with that as long as there's no dust on it. So we've got all the dust off, and now what we can do is start laying our headliner cloth out. We'll be using some headliner adhesive to get this sticking on there. And yeah, so that's the plan. All right, guys, we've got the headliner all wrapped in the Alcantara, and it really was not that hard to do. Obviously, having a little bit of help helps, but this is really going to modernize the look of the inside of the car and give it a much more comfortable, bougie interior. I mean, it's basically going to be a Rolls Royce now. So yeah, and we'll get to draw fun little designs in it all the time. So yeah, pretty excited. Came out pretty good, not too hard to do. Definitely recommend doing it if you've got your headliner out. All right, guys, so here's what we got done. Headliner is in, looks great. Okay, sunroof works, fully operational. We didn't wrap the sunroof plug in Alcantara just because it was a kind of last minute decision to put the sunroof back in. But I'll clean it up, and I mean, I think it'll look fine. The sunroof's gonna be open most of the time anyway, so not really too concerned with that. We also are starting to get some of the trim pieces laid back out in here. But yeah, really excited about the headliner. I'm gonna go ahead and start putting everything back on this side here, and pretty soon we'll be ready to throw the back seats back in. However, I do need to shampoo them and clean them up pretty nice before I throw them back in the car. All right, guys, so our brand new NRG seats just arrived, and I am really stoked with how these look. We went with the Alcantara with the red stitching, and it looks really, really good. These are the reclinable back seats. And honestly, if you want a set of matching seats for under $400, this is pretty much the only thing that you can get brand new. And both of these seats match. They're a set, they're like 380 bucks, and they come with the sliders. All you need is the seat bracket for your specific vehicle, which I have. So now it's time to get these up on the table and start putting all of the hardware on the bottom side, and then we can get these in the car. But they do fit really nice. They've got a good amount of bolstering. Honestly, maybe not quite as aggressive as the factory seats, which is surprising. But they still have a lot of bolstering. We do also have the tilt, which is nice, it works. So I have seen that these tilt backs sometimes go bad on these NRG seats. So we'll see how that goes, how long it lasts. I don't imagine that I'm really gonna be changing the position of the seat too much. But yeah, this will be a good test on some budget seats for you guys, and we'll let you know how good they work. I think they look awesome in the car, so I'm really stoked. The interior is really coming together. I need to finish up all of this, get that mounted back on there, and it'll look nice. Oops. But yeah, we're getting close. Just a few more things to button up, so I'm gonna get cracking. Here comes Beavis.
The heck are you doing?
Dude, I'm working. I'm making stuff happen. Look at this Alcantara. Okay.
That was there weeks ago.
You like my seats here? Hold on.
Just so you know, this 10-minute video is taking him months to make.
That's not true. Locking out the haters. That one's ready to be bolted in. I want to vacuum the carpet and everything really good before I do that, you know. All right, so the first order of business is going to be finishing getting all this wired back up and installed, and then I'm gonna pull this seat out so I can vacuum really well and clean. Then I'm gonna get the bracket and rail and everything on that seat. Then I'm gonna put the back seats in the car, and then I can put the front seats in, put this door panel back on, and everything is pretty much back in the car. All right guys, so I made the last video about 4 hours ago, and since then I have done pretty much nothing I said I was gonna get done other than get the gauges mounted. They look amazing, and the reason it took so long to get them mounted is because a few of the wires weren't quite long enough because of the slight repositioning of the pillar pod. So I was underneath there and I was trying to extend some wires, and to be honest, I was a bit of a hack and kind of rushing and just wanted to get the car going when I first did the wiring, and it looked absolutely horrible. Nothing was clean. I mean, there were, you know, wire connectors everywhere and it just looked horrible. But now I've got everything. These are all my gauge wires, and everything is run real nice right over to some fuse pickups, and that goes over to my ECU. But yeah, much cleaner. Before, it was literally just like a rat's nest up in here that I had. I mean, it looked really, really bad before. Looks a lot better now. But now that I'm done that, I'm gonna go ahead, give it a quick wipe down back here, and I'm gonna put the back seats in, because once I get the back seats in, I'll vacuum up here, throw the front seats in, at least the driver's seat tonight, because I already have the bracket and everything on it, and that was a bit of a hassle. So if I can at least get the driver's seat installed tonight, I'll be happy. So that's my goal. So here it is. The new NRG seat looks really, really good. I'm loving the all black interior. It looks so much better. All right, so when you tilt the seat up, there's actually enough room, for me at least, to crawl right in. Looks great in here. The thing I want to do now is wind all the windows up, close the doors, and start it and see what it sounds like. Alrighty guys, moment of truth. Oh yeah, she definitely sounds a little quieter. I did forget, I do have a bit of an exhaust rattle. It's literally touching the bottom of the car. So it's still a little rattly in here. But hold on, let me put the window down and we'll see how much louder it gets. Oh yeah, definitely a difference. All right, and check this out. Oh yeah, that's right. This is awesome. This is fantastic. I love this. Top it. Oh, I forgot. I didn't hook up the door handle. All right guys, check this out. I'm gonna rev it with the windows up. Oh, this is so exciting. I'm really happy. I can't wait to get it on the road. It's gonna be awesome. All right guys, so before I go any further on the interior with getting stuff put back in, there is one thing I want to go ahead and do first, and that is relocate my battery to the trunk. I made this battery box myself, and honestly, it sketches me out. I'm always kind of scared that something bad is gonna happen. So, what we're gonna do is we've got jumper cable right here, okay? This is 1 gauge, I think. And we are basically going to connect to the wire that comes off of the alternator, and we will link them with this junction right here. And then we'll run this cable through the interior of the car to the back where the battery will be in this battery box with a lid on it. That's gonna help with some weight distribution, and it's just gonna be a lot cleaner and tidier, and I won't have to worry about having a battery right in front of my tire. I know that it's a thing people do, but it just kind of sketches me out. So we're redoing that. Okay guys, so here's where we're at. We've got the junction box hooked up right here. There were actually 2 bolts here that actually fit perfectly, so I can just bolt it right on. So we've got our wire coming from the alternator, and then we've got our thicker gauge wire going up through this little hole, and then it kind of goes underneath this motor mount bracket and comes out right there. And then I've got it tucked up along the frame rail here, away from the motor. Goes back up under the tie rod and in through the firewall. And then inside the car, I had to fish it down from the firewall, and now I'm gonna pop off this trim piece and this trim piece and possibly a little bit of this, and I'm gonna route it up through to the trunk. So I'll update you guys once I get that done. All right guys, so we are all done. We've got the battery run up through the inside of the car and around to the trunk. Let me show you what we got going on. So right now, it's not the neatest. I originally had this run all the way around underneath these plastics, and it was coming out right down here. But I kid you not, it was like ½ an inch too short. So all of this is gonna end up getting covered with, you know, the cover that goes back here, and it'll have carpet over it and stuff. So you won't see this. I'll just know it's there. But I mean, it works. It's not the worst setup I've seen. And then underneath, we've got our strap holding our battery. Got the positive, negative, just grounded down here, and she works. So pretty stoked about that. Try and get this lid back on. But yeah. Okay guys, so here she is, all put together. Got the interior all done. It's a little bit dusty, but it's all right. So yeah, let me show you guys how she looks. Oh yeah, seats look way better. I like that they match the suede in the back. Looks good. And we've got the Alcantara headliner looking real nice. This interior came a long way from what it was just a little bit ago. So pretty stoked. It's a lot quieter to drive inside. I think I'm gonna mount my camera up and take you guys for a little ride. But yeah, definitely looks way better. All right guys, so setting off in the Civic with a full interior. Still got some rattles because the exhaust is touching the car. But the car overall drives so much quieter, so much more comfortable and refined. Even though, yeah, it's pretty noisy. At least now, with the windows up, it's not just like killing you. It's not really that bad. So that now. I got a sunroof. Let's see what she sounds like. Better than clutch. Better to smell rubber than clutch. I hope you guys can hear the turbo flutter. The turbo flutter sounds good. I need to put some legs under the hood sometime. That would make for a good video. It's more of like a cruiser now, and honestly, I feel more comfortable driving it quicker now, because it just feels like a normal car now. It's not all gutted and loud and tingy. It's a lot less intimidating, and that's probably because I'm not hearing as many weird little noises that psych me out. It's just kind of more like a normal car. This cold weather, I haven't driven it much since it's been cold, and these tires usually hook up pretty well, but right now when I'm floored in second, my speedometer goes from like 30 to 60 like that, and then when I let off it goes back down to like 45, so we're spinning. I will say though, since this is still my first build, I'm always kind of scared when I drive it. I don't know, I'm just always worried something's gonna go. I got cup holders. Freaking cup holders. 2 of them right there. Slide them back. Got a big old cubby. Look at all that room. Dude. This is like the daily of all dailies. And like, it's comfy. I got a sunroof. I got a flipping sunroof again, dude. I got nice seats. I feel like I got much more street cred now. The car's a little bit more put together. Alright guys, so that is going to go ahead and end off the interior of the Civic. We've still got a few minor things to do, which I'm sure you'll see happen later on the channel. I need a new head unit and need some new rear speakers.